Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime, and it is time to talk about the update coming to Brawl Stars very soon. There is a lot of awesome stuff in this update, and Supercell gave me early access so I could tell you everything that you need to know. We got 2 new solo game modes, 3 new skins, 19 balance changes, and obviously Sandy, the newest legendary brawler, and a whole lot more. Make sure you guys subscribe so you do not miss any more Brawl Stars videos, including ones in the future where I rank the best brawlers for the 2 new solo modes coming to the game. Let's go ahead and start off with what I am most excited for when it comes to this update, and that is those 2 solo modes. At 1.6 thousand trophies, players will unlock a new event slot for angry events. And yes guys, that does mean that we're getting an additional star token every single day, so free to play players rejoice. In order for you to do that, you need to get 4th or higher in these events once every single day. Lone Star is the first event that will be released soon. Then there's Takedown that will be released another time. Both modes have 7 unique maps for each mode. Now, I already have a sneak peek video including strategies and more gameplay that you should watch if you haven't already regarding Lone Star. There's actually a link in the description and the comment section below of this video, so don't miss that. With that said, let me briefly review the rules. It is a 10-man solo game mode where you do better by gaining more bounty stars than your competitors. Players respawn at certain respawn locations on the map, typically near the edge of the map, and you can actually look at the maps to see where they are. Now, your position is hinted in the top right corner, and in order for you to earn that star token, you either need to be in the lead or it needs to tell you to keep up the good work. There's also a star that can be collected from the middle of the map at the beginning of each match that will increase your score without increasing your bounty over your head. And then we have Takedown, another 10-man solo mode. Now, I can't show you any gameplay other than the gameplay from Brawl Talk, but I will do some more strategies and gameplay in a future sneak peek. The goal of this mode is to deal more damage to the giant boss than your competitors. Once again, you respawn at set locations and your position is hinted in the top right corner. However, in this mode, power cubes will randomly spawn on the edges of the map, and enemy players will also drop power cubes. Now, because of that, you have to balance between dealing damage to the bot and powering up so that you can better survive and deal more damage to the bot. I've actually played it a lot and it's a ton of fun. I cannot wait to show it to you guys. Next up, we've got Sandy being released into the game. He's a legendary brawler, meaning that he will be pretty rare, at least at the beginning. Now, this is important. In Brawl Stars, whenever you open up a box, the reward type is what is randomly selected first, and then the game pulls from the available rewards that you have left over in that reward type. Because of this, Supercell adding another legendary brawler in the game does not increase your chances of unlocking a legendary brawler. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but I just wanted to make sure that you're well informed. Now, I've already covered everything that you need to know about Sandy's mechanics in my Sandy Olympics video, so make sure you guys go check that out because there's a lot of good info on him in that video. However, you should note that since recording that video, Supercell actually buffed the Ike turret in Siege so that it can see invisible brawlers. So Sandy is no longer going to be great at diving in Siege. Also, Supercell added his voice lines, and here are just a few of them.
Sand Shroud. Nap time. Sandstorm.
Now, what's really cool is that Sandy is being released with a new skin. Sleepy Sandy is only going to cost 30 gems. Personally, I find this really cool because it's more than just a recolor. I mean, look at those spike sandals. We need them. Supercell, please. Jean is also receiving a Pirate Jean skin, and it's going to cost 80 gems. Barley is getting a Red Wizard Barley skin that will be worth 2.5 thousand star points, and yes, they did update it so that it actually throws out flames, which is awesome. Unfortunately, I can't show you any gameplay that didn't come from Brawl Talk because that's saved for future, but I should note that some other skins gameplay might actually be updated in the actual release of the game. So even though Jean Super didn't have a hook, I'm still hoping for it, Supercell. You can still do this. Make it happen, please. Also, guys, since Red Wizard Barley is a star skin, he will be released immediately once the update is available. Pirate Jean and Sleepy Sandy will be released at later dates, so stay tuned for those. Now here we have El Primo's remodel, and honestly, I think it looks super clean. And here's his brawler icon. I don't think they'll need to redo that one. It looks pretty awesome. Now, as for El Rey and El Rudo, those skins are also getting a makeover. And let's take a good look at them, okay? Here's El Rudo. His price is increasing from 30 gems to 80 gems. So if you bought it before the update, you got a 50 gem discount. If you bought it cheaper, you got an even bigger discount. And here is El Rey. Now his price is increasing from 80 gems to 150 gems. So if you bought the skin before as well, then you got a 70 gem discount. And if you bought him on discount before, then you got an even better discount, which that'd be crazy. Additionally, Summer Jessie has some improvements made to her attack and her turret's attack. She now shoots out an orb of water with her regular attack, which looks super nice. Additionally, when Jessie throws down her super, you can see her ducky backpack get thrown, and her ducky now shoots out water bullets at nearby targets. Also guys, in case you're curious, if you use her Shocky star power, it shoots out these cool little miniature water balls, which also bounce between the targets and sounds kind of electric. It's really cool. Beach Brock is also getting some more love, even more than you guys have seen in the past. He now shoots out shark rockets that trail water behind him. Also, you get some really cool whirlpool effects if you're using Beach Brock's Incendiary rather than blowing up with fire. I mean, it's really, the very nice touch. His super bullets also change to shark rockets that are propelled by propellers, as you can see, to make this skin even better. Some of you guys have noticed that Rico got some reworked animation. Here's the animation for Rico and Popcorn Rico, which is the same. They're actually really cool. I really can appreciate the extra detail and that Supercell's taking the time to go back and upgrade even more things that they've already finish off with, so that's really cool. And then guys, here is loaded Rico's animation, guys. Check this out. I mean, he's super cool. He's throwing his crown around. I mean, and then he just holds up his arms like, I am the master. He's so cool. Additionally, guys, you may have noticed that Rico now has a new walking animation while in battle. This is going to be the same walking animation for all of the Rico skins. And as far as artwork goes, we also have Piper and Bo that got new brawler icons. Both of them look fantastic. Sometimes you just need a second go around to just, make it look just right. Now, one really nice quality of life feature is that when you go into friendly rooms and try to select which map you want to play, it now has icons of all of the maps on the left, and you can quickly switch between the modes by clicking on their icons. Now, additionally, the maximum number of power cubes that a defeated brawler can drop is going to be capped at 5. This is true for both Showdown and Takedown. Now, in case you're curious, the 6th power cube only drops if a player had 18 or more power cubes. So it's very unlikely that this will actually impact Showdown very often at all, maybe every now and then. Typically, if you're at 18 power cubes, you make it to the end or you get teamed up on. My guess is that this is going to be for balancing Takedown before it actually gets released. Now, another change is in boss fight. I can't show you gameplay of this, but the boss is now going to start targeting the closest brawler instead of the furthest brawler with his rocket attack. I'm really curious to see how this will actually impact things. I know that that's going to change a lot of my strategies for boss fight. Okay guys, now let's talk about balance changes. Barley's medical use star power is getting a 33% buff from 300 to 400 healing every time he throws out an attack. Personally, I thought both of his star powers were excellent, so my guess is that Supercell must have seen a much bigger use rate for Extra Noxious over medical use. This is actually a pretty insane buff to an already strong star power, if you ask me. Both of Crow's star powers are getting a buff. The extra damage bonus from carrying Crow is being buffed by 20% from 100 damage to 120 damage. The damage debuff from extra toxic that happens to players who are poisoned is also getting increased from 10% to 13%, which is a 30% buff. Both of these buffs are pretty significant for Crow, and I'm really glad that it's happening because previously, Crow had the second lowest win rate above 700 trophies over all of the brawlers across all modes. So I'm really hoping this makes him a little bit more competitive. Nita's Hyper Bear star power is also getting a buff. Bruce the Bear's attack speed is now increased by 60% instead of 50% by the star power, which is a 20% buff to the star power. Personally, I still think the Bear with me will be a better star power in most situations, but this will make Hyper Bear slightly more valuable on Heist. Pam's main attack damage is also getting an 8% buff. At max level, it's going to go from 336 to 364 damage per projectile. This is actually a pretty decent attack damage buff, and I'm really glad that Pam is getting this buff because she had the lowest use rate over 700 trophies out of every brawler in the game. Not to mention a below average win rate below 600 or 700 trophies, so I definitely think she needed it. Now Rosa is getting 2 buffs. First of all, her health is getting a buff from 7,000 to 7,560 health at max level. This is only a 3.8% buff, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just enough to move her from having almost 300 HP less than Bull to having almost 300 more than him. The biggest interaction change here is that she's going to be able to survive one more complete shot from Bibi, Jean, Leon, Nita, Penny, and Poco. Additionally, the bonus from her Thorny Gloves star power is increasing by 10%, going from 200 damage to 220 damage. Rose is one of those brawlers that was amazing when she was first released, then they nerfed her to the ground, and she's kind of been difficult to push. Now, I'm thinking that she's going to be a little bit better. 8-Bit is also getting a nerf. His reload speed is increasing by 0.2 seconds, which is a 15% nerf to his reload speed. So for reference, this is going from a reload speed as fast as Shelly's to a reload speed of as fast as Dynamite's. He's still going to have a faster than average reload speed, but he's moving from 8th fastest to 13th fastest, which will absolutely impact him. He has been incredibly strong, and honestly, I don't even know if this is going to be enough to nerf him to balance, but you know, we'll see. Bibi's home run star power is also getting a nerf. The speed is going from a 15% boost to a 12% boost, which is a 20% nerf to the star power, but only a 3% nerf to Bibi's total movement speed. She's still going to be faster than Crow or Leon without them using any abilities, but she'll be a lot more manageable. Well, she'll be more manageable. I definitely think that she needed this nerf as she just got a lot of value out of that star power. Now El Primo's Meteor Rush star power is also getting a speed nerf. It's going from a 32% speed boost down to a 28% speed boost. This is a 12% nerf to the star power and a 3% nerf to the total movement speed of El Primo. Now El Primo is still going to have the fastest ground movement speed in the game with this star power. It's even faster than Rico with his Robo Retreat, but this will hopefully tone it down just a bit. Mortis's Coiled Snake is also getting a nerf. Fun while it lasted, guys. Once he has his 3rd shot loaded, it will now take 3.5 seconds to charge up his Coiled Snake rather than only 3 seconds. This is a 15% nerf to that reload time, and to be completely honest, I won't know how I will feel about this until after I actually try it against most players. I wonder if it's too much. I did like where Mortis was, but I don't know. We'll see. Piper's Snappy Sniping is getting another nerf. When Piper hits her target with this star power, the automatic reload is being decreased from 40% down to 30%. This is a 25% nerf to the amount reloaded with every hit. Basically, if you're spamming your shots absolutely as fast as you possibly can with auto aim, you'll have to wait just a bit before the 4th shot is reloaded. But if you're taking your time, or even if you're auto aiming just like normally, then you'll have your 4th shot by the time you're done firing, even if you're aiming fairly quickly. Personally, I actually feel like this is the perfect balance for her star power. It was ridiculously strong. Next, we have Shelly's Band-Aid star power, and it's getting another nerf. The healing is being decreased from 2,000 to 1,800, which is a 10% nerf. We'll see if this actually feels balanced, but my guess is that it will still be a very solid star power. Tick's Automatic Reload star power is getting a 13% nerf. The faster reload speed is being decreased from 15% faster to 13% faster. I still think that even with this nerf, Tick is going to be an excellent brawler. Carl is getting a buff and a nerf. His attack damage is getting a 3% buff. At max level, it's going from 812 damage every time it hits a brawler to 840 damage every time it hits a brawler. This means that Carl will be able to take out a few brawlers with one less hit. This includes Barley, Bo, Crow, Jean, Piper, Rico, Shelly, and Spike. Now additionally, Carl's main attack is going to have a 0.5 second minimum cooldown between throws. Now this is only going to impact his ability to spam the attack right next to a wall, because the 0.5 seconds actually includes the time when his axe is being thrown out and returning. I actually felt like Carl was pretty strong, so I'm kind of surprised. I understand the nerf that's gonna make, yeah, I understand the nerf. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Now, Poco's also getting a buff and a nerf to rebalance his star power usage. The healing from his Da Capo star power is getting a 20% buff from 500 to 600 per attack, and his Screeching solo star power is getting a damage nerf from 1000 damage to 800 damage, which is a 20% nerf. Honestly, I really like both of these changes because I felt like Screeching solo was just a much better option almost all the time. With that said, I still think that Screeching solo is going to be the go-to star power for Poco in most cases. Anyways, guys, I'm really excited for this update and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. I also can't wait for Sandy to be released. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it will happen soon, probably. For now, guys, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.